Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path. If you want it bad, I'm gonna show you where it's at. Yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done. I'll be number
If I ever had a chance to be a friend to somebody, because you don't need 20 friends, you just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished because we got each other.
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.
Had to go through a whole bunch of questions.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Coffee Time, live community chat. We talk about crypto. We talk about Red Pill. We're on deck. We got Rob Cunningham. We got Nerdy. We got Uncle Buster. We got yours truly, Berserker. Welcome aboard. Rob, I'm going to go ahead and put you in the backstage so you can finish your combo. Nerdy, what's up, pimp? How you doing?
No one's gonna touch my XRP.
Good.
No one gets between me and my XRP. Yo.
So Rob's we're finishing up XRP or the extra bullish hour on Bagman's show. Appreciate everyone coming on this one. Rob's in the backstage. I don't know if he was doing a convo in the backstage of the other one, so I wanted to go ahead and give him his time and respect. So thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. And like I said, this is a live community chat. We let everybody on. Rob's back on. How you doing, brother? You good? Good. So this is coffee time. It's just like it's more of a niche, private, and we talk about a lot of stuff. We go red pill, hardcore, and it's one of those things where we can only say so much because Bagman's channel is such a larger channel. You know what I mean? And so with this one, a little bit smaller, so we can get a little bit more crazy. Bagman's on here. We got X Pays X. Who are you in the backstage? X Pays X. Who are you? If you join, you better not be a shill. Oh, X Pays X.
There we go.
It's GDLT. There we go. Can we hear you? Rob, you got audio?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You're
We
good.
can hear you. We got Bagman on deck. Thank you, Bags. Appreciate it. Appreciate you having us on your show. Thank you. So let's go ahead and continue the 80-cent bread talk, bro. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'll be
So-
right back. I have to get somebody to drink real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. So what I've been super curious about as far as like our economy and things like that, I don't see if we're going to do a new era, new financial system, new plumbing, even a new rainbow currency. If you go to the Nasara thing, we get new currency, everything gets reevaluated and things. I don't see us remaining at this like level of like pure inflation where houses are $400,000-$500,000 for the average American. Like, I don't see that. And that's why I mentioned the 80-cent bread thing. So at the end of the day, bro, why not go back to what it was like in the 80s, 70s, when you could buy a gallon of gas was a fucking $1. You know what I mean?
But even then though, like that was still, you know, when you go to like the what's it called when the banks lend out the 90% of the money? What is it called? Fractional reserve. Even when they get you on that system, they showed people higher house rates, and then people are making equity on their houses, so they slowly trap you because they're like, oh, this is great, my house is worth $40,000, now it's $80,000. You know what I'm saying? And then we're at the end of that system to where it's like it's unsustainable. You can't sustain this, right? But that's why, you know, they always sort of, when they start off the system, they make it look good, and it's over time. You know, it's not right away. People start dying, and then now it's a new group coming in. They don't even know no better. It's just what they're used to, you know. So we'll see. Hopefully we do get that you know, the prices just level out and we're on a legit system, a fair, you know.
Yeah.
People can make money without pure just greed and insanity. You know what I'm saying? There's enough of everything, you know.
You know, the funny thing is, people who are greedy like that, man, they never fare well at the end, dude. It never comes out right. I've never seen greedy people make out right at all, like ever.
Yeah.
You know what, Fuma, why that is, brother? If you think about part of the narrative, one of the greatest lies ever told is the narrative of scarcity. We ain't got enough.
Dude,
and then the fear kicks in that I got to get mine. There's only a little bit. They have, you know, the 90% fight over the 3%, the supposed 3%. You know, we got to eat bugs. We're burning the planet up. You know, we got to go live in 15-minute cities. And don't you know that you humans, you're like a virus on the planet to be managed. And if you start with that presumption, how in the hell can society even function and have a culture when you're living under the fear of, if I don't get mine and kill and destroy and do whatever it takes to get mine for me and my family, I won't make it. I mean, the whole system is rigged to have us do this. But it's not true. It's just the mental narratives paint that kind of a picture.
It's so funny, and to even hit on how untrue that is. Here's a simple one for everybody, right?
Yeah,
they're like, eggs cost this and that, right? And if you look at it, man, everyone here can literally have like 4 or 5 chickens at their house, and eggs are free after that. Like, you just got to feed it. You got to feed the chickens, right, and protect them from the elements and things. But if you look at it, man, if you had 4 or 5 chickens at your house right now, I'm just breaking it out for very simple some reasons. You'll never want for eggs. We'll be like, hey guys, can you come get these eggs for my house? I don't want any more.
There's a law against that though, Fuma. You can't do that.
Real quick, I just wanted to add real quick.
Created. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Was what Buster was saying about how everyone's scared to change, right? Like the norm. And it goes exactly what Rob was just saying too. It's just like, once you've been brainwashed in this, like, you know, you have to have a 9 to 5, you have to have debt, you have to have college loans, you have to have a house loan, you have to do this, you have to have a child at this age. If you don't, then XYZ is going to happen. You know, you have to stress your child out and during pregnancy, like, you have to do that, right? And I believe 100% is that cognitive dissonance post it goes so deep, because it's like, when you have truth like this, that is just factual, just truth like this, it's just black and white, plain truth. Like, this is your reality, right? We are living in a contract. We are living in a corporation. You are a straw man. This is a fact. There's no two way about it. For people to understand that is gonna get them really nauseated, make them feel real sick, because it's like, damn, I've been living a lie. It's like, yeah, like all this debt that they're telling you, this debt clock and all this money, you have to understand is that the country that's issuing the money that's making the debt go up is in dollars. So how are you gonna pay something back in dollars when it's been issued in dollars? You can't pay that shit back. It doesn't exist. It's a fugazi. It's fake. It's just a bunch of numbers going up.
You know what's fucking crazy, bro? Is that I had this talk with my mom yesterday, talking about how they purposely put us in this debt slave system, the 9 to 5. You need all this shit, and you're constantly worried about all this dumb shit, like basic survival stuff. And you know what's fucking crazy is that people think it's about money. It's not about fucking money. It's about power and control. It's about keeping the people down, under thumb, and powerless.
They're just
so that way they're worried about dumb shit versus
just working distracts 75% of their life just
Yeah.
working. You're distracted out the gate. You know,
And we know all of this is true because the SEC has got in trouble with JP Morgan because JP Morgan was putting F3 on their team and creating ghost shares, and people were buying and selling ghost shares, meaning that people were dumping money into a share. And they got sued, they paid the fine, and that was it. What's
your microphone's
a
acting
$1 million fee to JP Morgan? It's nothing. It's chump change, right? But
Yeah.
that's how it works. That's exactly how this shit works, right? Is the little guy who's trying to go to work and just survive, tax the hell out of him, rob the hell out of him, take all his money, make his life really hard, make sure he's going, tooth and nail every single law. He has to be this law-abiding citizen. But the assholes and the criminals in the background, don't worry, give us a little money, Judge. We'll give you nice this. We'll cover some things. Don't worry. We have friends in the SEC.
Hey, put your mouth closer to your mic. For some reason,
I
it
think
breaks
it's his
up when you
cord,
like it.
bro. Nerdy, your cord's wigging out, bro.
Oh, that's my cord. But
Yeah.
hope you guys got some of that. But that's all I got to say.
we got it.
Nice.
No, we need to
It's
say it
better
again,
now.
bro. I'm sorry, I missed all that. Can you say it again
Yeah.
for me, please?
I got a mic coming in the mail, bro. You should be here like 5
You got to
o'clock.
get a new cable too, bro.
Yeah.
So we got Bagman on deck. We got Uncle Buster. We got Rob Cunningham. We got Fuma Boys. We got X Pays X, otherwise known as GDLT. We got Nerdy X on deck. This is a bunch of OGs. This is a nice little special niche. We talk about Red Pill, talk about crypto. Just to kind of give you a background, Rob, like me and Buster have been doing this for about 3 years now. It's kind of like the little secret little niche corner of like XRP Army, but also Red Pill. We talk about a lot of crazy shit, dude, like aliens and nutty shit. But we also talk about the stuff that's makes sense in on the forefront. Like it's why are they hiding this from the public? You know what I mean? But they're showing it in full. They're like masters of psychology. They're showing all of this so they have plausible deniability. You know what I mean? They're showing the public and the white papers and the hidden interviews and the bank speech in the interviews. DLT. Nobody fucking knows what DLT is. We know it's Ripple, but the public doesn't know it's DLT. So they're hiding it right in front of everybody's face. And we're about to pop off, and they're going to go just like the Riddlers have been talking about. They're going to go, how could this be? You guys are lucky. No, we're not fucking lucky. We've been fucking screaming at you for 3 years on YouTube, and Bagman way longer than that. You know what I'm saying? For years and years on YouTube doing this shit, But anyways, this is the narrative that we're doing. But we let the public in this one. So, Rob, get ready, bro. We're going to let the gates open.
Well,
Sorry,
Nitro,
go ahead, Nerdy.
Well, Nitro and Buster, just so y'all know, I want to make a pretty bold statement. You can't friggin' out crazy me. Okay. There ain't nothing I can't talk to you about, all right?
Yeah.
If we want to talk about shapeshifters, if we want to talk about damn dumbs, if we want to talk about big pharma killing 4 billion people, pharmakia, what all this crap is all about. I mean, look,
attaboy.
there is no red line that evil respects. Nothing evil. With this,
No discretion. Yeah.
Hey, this war is not against flesh and blood. It's against principalities of evil and darkness.
Yes, it is.
I didn't write that. Somebody a hell of a lot smarter than me wrote it, and I know it's true.
So check it out. So this show is the cool show where you can go all out, bro. Because you see the QR code in the corner here, right above my fucking fat head.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's the only way we can get monetized at all. This is actually, we were doing Buy Me a Coffee, but they started KYCing, so we can't even receive Buy Me a Coffee. We're not monetized. We're not monetizable. We have enough subs to get monetized, but they won't let us. So YouTube's so fucked up. So we got this QR code in the corner, guys. If you want to throw down some ZERPs just to keep the show going, we appreciate it. Here's the big one. Boom, right there. So
That's in your face.
we appreciate it. It's just the ZERP address. It goes to just a little
Like that hat, Puma.
Yep. But Puma's got the tinfoil. You guys want to say something before I let the kids in? Buster, you got something, bro?
I just want to say from the last show when Rob was talking, I mean, it sounded like sort of my story. Like I read the summary and it just like I bought Bitcoin in 2017 And then by me buying a full Bitcoin, it opened my eyes. So I started searching. It was like 2 weeks after I bought the Bitcoin, but I read about Ripple and I was like, oh shit, that is huge, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just from like a little 3-paragraph summary. And it's funny because when we talk about like abundance and scarcity, even people within crypto, like they, you know, someone could like another coin and then, no, it has to be this. Like, I personally think the whole system is built. What the you said XRP, XDC, XLM, Algorand, and HBAR, they're all working with each other abundantly. Yes. And they're all going to fit perfectly. Right. So there's no point in like, this one and that one and that. Yeah.
Tribalism is bullshit. It's just,
yeah.
Zeno only buys Jasmine or Vchain, don't you know? Oh, and V4.
I do have Vchain. You know what? I forgot to mention in a previous show Vchain, but I'm a big fan of Vchain. You know, I think there's a tongue and groove Vchain HBAR, you know, synergy that goes on there, and the micro payments that, and the ability to deploy payments via the HBAR mesh. That's some badass shit. That is some really, really cool. And look, you got a contract with the Air Force, and you're responsible for every microsecond of gun camera film and simulate flight records and, you know, troop movements, and you got to have some scalability and some moxie to be able to run and store and process and analyze all that data from just think about every jet and all the flight data and all the information it puts out. I mean, it's mind blowing to think of the data crunching requirements to handle all of that.
So it tells you this. Even I'm gonna throw a jewel out for you guys on that one. You said
Throw
that was
jewel,
HBAR.
bro.
You said that was HBAR, right?
Yeah.
So if they're doing a contract with the Air Force, that means they're 853 compliant, and they're probably like Rev 3 or Rev 4 compliant. Actually, probably Rev 4 going to Rev 5 compliant. So that means you have a blockchain that is NIST 853 Rev 4 or 5 compliant, and that means DISA will probably come and talk to HBAR every year and do an inspection of their equipment as well as the software code. And a lot of those people over at DISA, they change their name every other day. I apologize if I don't know your yearly name. That means that you have some real people checking out the security of that blockchain. That's what that means for you guys.
And FUMA, it also means, brother, that they are going to have a zero trust architecture, and they are going to be secure by design. They are going to be crypto compliant. They are going to be written in Rust software, and the scalability and the security and literally the invisibility. If you think about these critical nature networks, you cannot have machine learning AI engines pointed at these databases to try to ingest their information and then go to school on these networks that are so vitally critical. So therefore, these networks cannot even be discoverable by anyone other than the owners of the network, right? So they can't be found by AI engines. They can't be found by these digital thieves, if you will, that want to create clones and create the data and harvest the information. Especially, I mean, why do we think Space Force was ever even launched in the first damn place? Unless it was to provide protection, true protection, for the vital national infrastructure of every single nation that needs a military. If people really knew that the military is designed by intent to just do self-defense, to protect itself. Militaries they shouldn't have ever been, and ours wasn't intended to be an occupying or market share grabbing entity to go over the sea. Uh-oh. Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still here, bro. You're good. You're live. You're good. You're clear.
Sorry, I got a phone call. It called my screen to zap away there for a second.
I thought it was me. I was like, hold on, let me look at my phone. Who's calling? Man.
Okay, so Rob,
I just want to blow people's minds open that when we start getting networks, and this by the end of 2025, you guys, you need to understand, corporations, governments, militaries, nations, have to be 100% quantum proof compliant, or there's zero limitations to the liability of shareholders, executives, presidents. They can go right straight down to the CEO's wife's wedding ring, take their underwear and socks out of their drawer. They can take their land, their property, their dogs, their cats, their trust funds, everything. The liability that is going to, already in law, that is going to extend to these people that do not protect and secure the data on behalf of the nations, the corporations. If our data gets stolen, the liability, there is no veil of protection of liability for anyone.
So it's funny because a lot of companies right now are getting cyber insurance, and to even qualify for the cyber insurance, a lot of them are the companies are asking for frameworks and proof that you qualify through those frameworks.
100%.
You're finding CISOs right now quitting after a year.
Yes, sir.
It's like CISOs are like, just I'm out, because it's not a thing of if, it's a thing of when. And if the other execs and the board don't agree to build the cyber team and build that out, most CISOs are bouncing. Dude. That's how
non-negotiable, Thuma. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Okay, bouncing. Rob, we're gonna throw a fucking curveball at you. OMC goes, Rob, since you're a fighter pilot, I have one question. Is the world flat or a globe?
Whoever the hell that is, damn got a microphone in my house, listen to my damn wife, hit me with that question about 6 times a day. That's funny. It is funny, brother. You know what? It's I'm gonna have to go with there's a spherical nature to it. There's a roundness and there's a dome and there is a firmament. Okay. What the ultimate shape of the rock is, I don't know. Are we spinning around at 1,000 miles an hour? No. Because my wife loves to say, well, if you were going 1,000 miles an hour, why couldn't you just take off and stand there, let the earth move 1,000 miles an hour, in an hour just drop back down and you're there?
Hey, Rob, I got a question for you.
Bingo.
I got a question for you. This is a deep question. Let's hope you answer it right. Lackland or Tyndall? Lackland or Tyndall?
I love me some beach, man.
So you went through Tyndall?
Oh, no. Well, I went through Lackland as my officer candidate school while I was in college. I went to flight school in Vance Air Force Base in Enid, Oklahoma.
Okay.
I was based at Eglin Air Force Base right out of flight school. And then Warner Robins in Georgia, and then I got out.
Warner Robins, don't they fly tweets up there?
No, I flew KC-135s there.
KC-130s? Okay. Nice. All right. The reason why I did my officer training at Tyndall, and we'll talk after this.
Oh, cool. I love me some Destin, Florida, but
man.
Destin's the place, man. 30A, that's the place to go.
Yeah, the Air Force was like, do you want to do your officer training at Lackland for 4 weeks or Tyndall for 5? I was like, I'll take 5 weeks, please. I can deal with the humidity. I'm not going out the Lackland like that.
Yeah. Lackland, 110 degrees, 4 weeks in Lackland, 110 degrees. That sucks. Yeah.
So this one, Rob, we usually let the kids in. That's what we call it. But we dropped a link in the chat so the guys in the chat can join. Whoever has the balls to come on here and talk shop. There's 10 allowed on screen. So right now we got 6. So 4 more dudes are going to come on. Hopefully a girl or 2 will pop on. But we usually let them in. They're not usually too randy because most people don't really have the balls to come on here. So the guys that come on here are usually regulars. They're usually trusted.
Or they trick people like me. People like me get tricked. Thinking they're pissed off about them texting into the group and ends up on the show.
Well, I'm sure you're probably familiar with Apex here. We got Apex Crypto on deck. Boom. He's on Twitter big time. He's got a thing called the Blockchain Builders Report, and he does some really cool deep dives on stuff. And then we got Dual Citizen too. He's a good guy. So welcome aboard, guys. Rob, meet the boys.
Hey guys, nice to meet
you, Rob.
Hey Rob, nice to meet you.
You as well, guys. Both of you. Thanks.
Yeah. So we're looking at just overtime, man. We've been overtime for a minute now. We're just waiting for some shit to pop off. What I'm curious about is, are we even going to see an election, bro? because the way they're like kind of talking right now, like it's like, oh well, you know, I'm beating everybody in the primaries, like Orange Man good, right? But it's one of those things where like motherfuckers should have been arrested and fucking beheaded 4 years ago. Like, why the fuck are we playing this game right now? Is it for the trickle out for the public, or is it? What is it? Like, you see what I'm saying?
People were in denial. I think people were in denial that this next run for him was going to be this powerful. Like,
but this next run should never even happen, bro, because of the fucking fraudulent shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got people that are ready to chop heads off. Then you got people that are like down to earth. I'm not saying I'm not down to earth. I'm down to earth. But there's people that are down to earth, normal Joes that think that we're going to go through a normal election cycle. Motherfuckers are already trying to mail in ballot everything. And like, are we going to see another shit show all over again? Like, what's happening?
All I have to say about all that is that I'm tired trying to figure it all out, and I don't care anymore. So I literally lost thousands of XRP back in 2020 betting that Biden would never make it into the presidency because the election was stolen, okay? I can't tell you how many Democrat friends I had to walk over to their house and go from, I had to send them XRP on their doorstep to their wallets. Yeah, it was horrible, dude. I'm done trying to figure out what they've got next for us, man. I'm just stacking and
it was allowed, though. They allowed the Biden to come in to crash and bang boom everything, but why the fuck is it taking so long? Why is it
I want to know what
regulation molasses? Why the fuck not just flip switch? Sorry, go ahead.
How does Apex feel about the situation? Because I know he loves talking about this.
Nah, I like to listen more. This geopolitics isn't my forte. You all know that. And I only have so much time, and I only like talking about things that I know about and have researched. And I know Berserker, you guys have done a lot more research on this stuff than I have. So I'll just be a fly on the wall until we want to start talking about crypto.
I love it. He's like, respectfully, go fuck yourself, nerdy.
How did you like that riddles with Asian Next? With Asian Next connected to SBI. You like that one?
Bro, dude, and that's the thing,
Epic.
man.
I never saw that.
Epic,
all the boats.
What about the one NFA dropped with the bears and stuff? That shit was crazy. And they have the upside down writing, and that's what Cats does all the time.
Bro, it's all pre-planned.
So what was the SBI one? I didn't see anything about that.
All right, so Asian Next is it's like a I'm gonna pull up the post for you, bro. I'm gonna pull up the post for you. Asian Next is basically like they're working with SBI for to connect for like real-time payments and stuff like that. I'll give you the full definition because I don't remember the shit off my head.
Guys, thanks for coming in the chat. 147. We love you guys. This is Coffee Time, live community chat. We got Rob Cunningham. Honored, sir. Thank you for coming on.
All right, here we go.
Overtime today.
For sure.
All right, I found it.
Bags.
Nerdy. You're live, nerdy.
All right, so you have the Swiss root. Okay, so Swiss root is from 6. So what Asian Connect is, it connects the Swiss bank with the Asian side. So it says the Swiss root service has been developed by IBIS Management Associates in partner with Finastra to provide institutions with connectivity to global trusted payment gateways. So it's all through Finastra, and we know Finastra is Ripple. So basically what's happening is that a whole custody framework is being developed in front of our faces through Finastra and Medico and everyone, and ACI basically replacing Swift, right? And everyone is coming together because we know that it was always XRP.
We got what was the NFA one you guys were talking about?
Yep.
You got a share screen on that? Can we do that one? Can we look at that?
Nah, but I could pop it up real quick.
Beautiful. So Rob, you said earlier that Twitter was messing with you. Are people able still to follow you on Twitter?
Well, brother, I'd love it if they could. And I think I might have the honor of just passing the 20,000 follower mark. I was about 40 short before I started on the last show. So if your folks will jump on there and follow me on Twitter. I'm sure they can follow me. It's just I can't access my own account.
Roger that. So we got
What's your
guys.
handle
If you
again?
guys could put his handle in the chat, guys.
Oh, there it
Follow
is.
Rob on Twitter, guys.
It's right there underneath his name.
It was. Hey, I looked, and I swear, like 10 seconds ago, it wasn't there. But maybe I'm blind.
Apex. Try to keep up, buddy.
Yeah, they knew
All
he
right,
was
so we
coming
got-
on the extra bullish hours, so they shut him down. They didn't want him coming on.
There we go. At Cool Show on X.com. Boom. So, yeah, guys, if you could throw that in the chat too, that way it's clickable, the link, that'd be great. Father Sachs, boom. Here's that bearable guy, that NFA thing. So barely bearable, bear riddles, jokes, and knock-knocks. What does it say? Coincidence or BG reference? Riddle Bear is the main character of a late 80s book series called Barely Bearable. NFA popped this out. Found this.
Got this
The
one.
upside
too.
down. There we go. The upside down. What does it say? The upside
Right.
down answers to the Bears riddles remind me of someone, which is straight up David Schwartz. Schwartz is always
does.
tweeting
Yep.
stuff. There we go.
Yep. His jokes always have the answer upside down and backwards.
That's insanity, bro. Like the connection of that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Schwartz was bearable guy 1 2 3, reverse bearable guy 1 2 3, Mr. Pool, fucking Satoshi, all of them mixed together,
Yep.
bro. He's all of it. He created that shit. Remember
Man,
the
I-
early shit? Sorry, go ahead.
I just
Go
wish
ahead.
I listened to him when he said to sell. I didn't sell any of my XRP, dude, in 2021 because it only hit $2, right? And when he told us to sell, man, I should have done it. I could have. Yeah, could have.
Yeah. No, I chased that shit going up. I was like, oh my God, FOMO, like a dummy.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
you know,
running.
You know one thing we know right now? We know for a fact that bears are real. Let's go.
Run it.
Yep. Bears are real. We got Jess Diamonds on hand. What's up, pimp? Otherwise known as Mel. We also got Dual Citizen, like I said, and then Apex. So these are the boys. Usually, Rob, we get together twice a week. We do it Tuesday nights and we do it Sunday mornings like this. So, but yeah, this is a live community chat. We usually talk about a lot of crazy stuff. The boys are kind of quiet now. I think they're kind of nervous. They're starstruck.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, right.
They don't know what-
Bro.
They don't know what to
I'm
say.
sitting here. I'm gonna tell you how I'm doing, dude. I'm sitting here like, do I buy some of this Near protocol, or do I buy this Vchain? You know, like the Near. I'm hearing the FOMO,
Dude,
the
Vchain,
FOMO,
man.
but that Vchain, like, I need more of that.
It's still low, dude. It's still low. It's such a good buy. It was one of my best performers in 2021. So
Dude,
But Nier's going after AI though. I'm big on AI, man. Anywhere the AI is going, I'm going.
FOMO. Here it is. I'm fearing of missing out.
It's not just
So
that.
I'll
We-
probably split the apple and do 3 on each. 300
We-
beans on each.
We saw what
And
happened. We saw what happened with the
every-
.com bubble. I'm not missing this. No, thank you.
everybody with Twitter, hit the link and add Rob. He's 16 short of 20K.
Let's
Get
do
him
it.
up to 20K,
Get it done.
guys.
Yeah, let me find his Twitter and pump him. Give me a sec. Let me get
Pump him, bro. Pump him. Shout out Notorious in the chat. We love you, brother.
Hey, can
Boom.
you drop his link in?
What's that?
Can you drop his Twitter link in there?
It is. It's in the chat.
Click it on
Hans
YouTube.
loaded.
Or
Hans
I can't
loaded.
click the links on StreamYard, but
I'll drop it in the private chat real quick.
Yeah, drop it in a
Yeah,
private chat, and I'll go on my channel. And I'll
Hans,
just,
Hans and I just dropped it in the
all
main chat
100
on
people
YouTube.
who follow me.
Right. So we're gonna get Rob to 20K today. Shout out Rob. We appreciate you, bro.
Rob.
Hey, man, thank you guys.
Rob.
It's in the private chat, Fuma. Anyone
Yeah, I
else
got
can
it.
use it?
Guys, let me ask this general question. What do you think is the number one public barrier to humbling themselves just a little bit and listening with a desire, with a want to know? If they know that we're bankrupt, if we know we're insolvent, we know this can't keep going, what is in your opinion, what is the number one barrier to get people to just be quiet for an hour and entertain the possibility that there's
so-
You need to starstrike them. Starstrike them with the TV. The TV needs to tell them, or
Well-
someone of significance needs to tell
here's
them.
the truth. Here's the
I
truth.
think.
A lot of people their what they call Maslow's hierarchy of needs aren't being met, and because those aren't being met, or a majority of them aren't being met, they can't focus on other things. So because
yeah.
So if
and
those
it's
go ahead, please go ahead.
I'm with if it was on a math scale, it'd have to be the television because that's what put everybody to sleep. That was probably one of the biggest things that put them to sleep.
Yeah.
But on the consciousness side, like when you like I like relating everything to the vibrational chart. So like on Bagsman show, on the Bullet Shower, we're talking about being in fear. Fear is pretty low vibration. So if I'm gonna try to speak to somebody in fear, they have to go up vibrations before they could even get to acceptance. There's like 7 levels to acceptance, right? And I think below acceptance is neutrality. If you're not neutral to I got to do it left or I got to do it right. If you're not neutral to a side, if you're not neutrality to try something different, you're speaking to a brick wall, right? You could only help them get above fear to maybe desire, but you're not going to put someone from fear to neutrality or acceptance. And like once you spoke, I could tell, yeah, you vibrate at a high level, like, and vibrations is huge, but a mass awakening has to be done. It has to be the television has to unlock the people. I think the same thing that really put all the people to sleep.
Do you think it's shutting down the television or pumping a new signal, reprogramming people through the television?
Either one, bro.
It's a reprogram. Yeah. And like the
shut
same
it down,
thing.
They're gonna go, where am I at? What day is it? Like they're gonna wake up. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, let me ask you this. A lot of us, when things went quiet, we got locked down in 2020 and we couldn't really travel. We had to stop. We started asking questions. We had an innate curiosity where we went and wanted to know. But now let's go 4 years later. There's a mass of people that know something's wrong, but they're still they don't want to do the work. If the media was to just go away, I think they would still just probably stay in a flat line of ignorance. Do you think that this time the media's got to not just play the neutral card, but maybe do something along the EBS line and start actually showing hard evidence?
Okay, so I've been saying this from. People might get tired of me saying this, but I'll keep saying it because this is my only real scenario, and this is exactly what's been playing out in reality. Is this the same way how 9/11 happened? It's the same way how this is just gonna happen because these people are retarded and they don't have any imagination, right? They keep using the same plan over and over again. Cyber attack, something to do with Tether, Bitcoin. It's something to do with the means of national security, and a liquidity collapse, a dollar collapse, or something, and then a disclosure. So I believe somewhere along those lines, some of those things happen. I don't know in what order, but we're going to have something where, oh dang, China is hacking into our infrastructure. This is a matter of national security. Oh, China is using XYZ. They're using Bitcoin or Tether to do a financial hitman on the US dollar. This is a matter of national security. Oh, we need better infrastructure. We need something. And the reason why I say this is because NTT Data, I shout out to G for this, NTT Data put out a whole video, right? Like 4, 5, 6 years ago with Santander in there, with the BIS, HSB, all these people banking were part of this project, right? And they're showcased. They had this whole futuristic video, and part of that movie was a cyber attack happens, and because of the cyber attack, XYZ currency and all this stuff happens. So we need a cyber attack because the cyber attack, exactly like 9/11, is the fucking problem, and you need a solution to a problem.
It'll be the catalyst, 100%.
You have to have it some way.
Yeah. So there has to. You're right, because you can't just go. Well, you can. That's the thing. That's the question that I've had for days now. Is like, okay, well, maybe we don't need a black swan.
No.
Because people are so asleep that you could just go, hey, we're using digital currency now. Here, get your Dogecoin with every Happy Meal, you fucking Starbucks, Target sheep. wake the fuck up, but you're never going to wake up. So we're going to mock you with Dogecoin with McDonald's. Like, so, but that's considering we're going into an evil system. The evil is going to just continue. Well, that's not going to, they woke us up for a reason.
Yeah.
Q, the whole Q project, the whole everything. They woke us up for a reason, and they've allowed us to stay alive. We didn't have the Georgia Guidestone narrative. That shit got blown up. Like the Georgia Guidestones got blown up. Like, so at the end of the day, we're not going through guillotines or FEMA camps. Walmarts aren't getting turned into fucking caged, FEMA camps. They're not, but there was a real fear of that in the early days, but we're at a point now where we're just sitting and we're like, okay, something's imminent. And they woke us up and we're waking each other up by the hundreds go by now. So I would say, dude, honestly, my own thing is, I think at a basic level, like a MAGA level, like we're unsustainable and a black swan's coming, that kind of narrative at a MAGA level, I think there's millions, hundreds of millions, I would say at this point, that are awake to a basic level. They may not understand that tippy top Trump has been part of the Q team this whole time. Like they may not understand it that way, but they know that they're pro-America. You're never going to take our guns. Fuck you. So they have to, if they're not going to kill us, they have to, continue forward. So that tells me it's good versus evil, like you said, principalities versus, good versus evil. So, but that being said, what kind of awake do they need the masses to be? Just a basic level? Do they want us in XRP? Maybe only the chosen are supposed to be in XRP. You see what I'm saying? That's a big question.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, to answer your question, Rob, I think it's, kind of on what Nerdy's saying. And Nerdy, I don't know if you were necessarily taking it to this level, but I think there definitely is going to be some cataclysmic event that in some way can't be politicized. What I mean by that is obviously 2020, when COVID first started, right, in March 2020, like the whole, like our government coalesced around this idea of it's dangerous, lockdowns, and for the most part, like us as the general public, like we bought that, right? Now again, as C-19 went on, people started challenging it, and now it's hugely politicized. But right when it started in March 2020, basically governments printed a bunch of money, and for the most part, like the general population was not in an uproar about it. Yeah, and ergo now we have the inflation we have, and hindsight's 2020. So I think the hard thing is you can even look at the geopolitical things that have happened in the last 2 years: Russia into Ukraine, Israel and Hamas, Yemen and the Houthis attacking. All these things. Like every single one of these that could be in and of themselves considered black swan events, right? Unpredictable until they happened. All of them are highly politicized right now. And so I think it's going to take something like a 9/11 when it first happened. The whole country coalesced around, yep, we've got to do, Patriot Act, right? And we basically gave our freedoms away, essentially, that we never got back, right? With the Patriot Act. It's going to be something similar to that. But I think it's going to be hard. It's going to have to be this external evil that we can say, hey, we've got this huge problem, right? I think of even like the 2008, 2009 financial crisis, right when it happened, right? And the whole like housing market collapsed. But the fallout from that, they started pointing fingers of whose fault it was. But initially, everyone said, we have a problem. We have to fix this. I think it's going to be something that can't be politicized. Personally, I think I see this market, alts running up, crypto speaking, then we have a massive crash caused by this event, whatever it is. Maybe it's the global governments dumping U.S. treasuries, right? And flooding the market with U.S. treasuries. That's one hypothesis I've seen. But it's gonna be this cataclysmic crash. And off of that, we're going to coalesce around this idea about, I believe that crypto is one of the lifeboats to save us from this reckless policy that got us to where we are. And it'll be sold to the public as what Zerker said, hey, get your free 500 Fed dollars. You just have to download this app to your phone and it's free. And again, I think on the other side of that it kind of sounds doomsday, but I think on the other side, crypto solves a lot of these problems, and that gets us the regulation, the trust, the original question you asked, the public buy-in. I think it is going to take something cataclysmic that can't be politicized, if that makes sense. To actually wake
let's
people
hope
up.
it's actually good versus evil, and good is prevailing. Orange
Right.
man good. We're going into a good system, but I'm sorry to we go off the handle because there's so many people on here, Rob, that the narrative goes everywhere, and I'm not immune to it. Like I'm guilty of going off your original point. But you know what I mean, honestly, what your original question, I believe, was what's going to take to wake up these people? Like what, you know what I mean? It's something along those lines, right?
Guys, here's a good historical case study I think we might want to sink our teeth into. And the military, they've got special elites, they got units that are named after the 3%, right? The rare elite 3%. Where does that come from? 3% comes from the concept that usually along any issue, whether it's a war or some big systemic change, that a third of the people are for it, a third are neutral, and a third are against it. Okay? And of those that are for something like separating from the Queen or starting America, of the third that were in support of a major initiative, only 10% of that third are willing to pick up arms, pick up a shovel, get to work and take action. Okay, so at 10% of the third is 3%. That's generally what it takes to cause a movement, cause a revolution, to shift the narrative, to change the direction of a culture or a company or a nation. Okay, so if 3% is what's necessary to get us off the Federal Reserve, the fiat dollar tit, and change and do something differently. I mean, think about it. How much of the public knew or cared or voted about HTTPS or Bluetooth technology, or the iPhone? I mean, and adopting the iPhone, it kind of took on a life of its own, and all of a sudden, boom, it just exploded. But it wasn't a vote, and it didn't require a gun to everybody's head to buy the iPhone. They just ended up saying, wow, this is cool, I'll use it. And so I guess in some respects, given the fact that I'm going to shift to another analogy here. If you were an architect and a builder, or you were in downtown New York and you wanted to blow up 3 buildings and put in brand new state-of-the-art updated technology, you're not going to blow up an old system and then scratch your head and go, I wonder what's going to go in there. I need to think about that. You're going to, while you're bringing down the Fed system and the FedNow system and the BIS and the fake money printing and the debt system, you're simultaneously going to be standing something else up. And if we've got a creator and a God of law and order, we don't have to have 6 months of chaos, blow the shit up, and then figure out, while everybody's scared to death and panic and committing suicide, then stand up some system that people have no idea what's going on. All they know is they're scared and they're in a civil war until you can convince them otherwise. The left would love to create wars and rumors of war and panic and divide and conquer and continue to come up with narratives about aliens and open border invasions and the whole 9 yards to keep people in lower vibration instead of logical listening, right? And so it definitely seems as if, yes, the left has no moral limitations as to what they won't try to use fear and intimidation and open borders and cyber attacks and poisoning the water system or alien invasions or whatever it is they want to come up with, because what else does evil have besides fear and destruction and deception? It doesn't have true power. It doesn't have dominion, and it's not building. The left isn't creating anything except more lies. They're not creating DLT. They're not opening up the system for transparency. They don't want everybody to have a fair chance at survival and abundance and peace and happiness and success.
So you don't trust Elizabeth Warren? Is that what you're telling me?
What's that?
You don't trust Elizabeth Warren? That's what you're telling me? I'm sorry. I'm a degenerate. I can't help it.
So possibly something that would wake them up. I think back to the original thing was the TV. The TV has to tell them whether it's an EBS or whether it's a shock and awe scare tactic. But if it's good versus evil, the good guys, let's say the white hats would have to use similar tactics to wake them up, because there's nothing that really works with the general sheep. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Not sure what this is going to look like. They're alluding to cyber attack shit. We've had outages lately. Schwab fucking said that shit. What? How long ago? 2 years ago? Started talking about cyber attacks.
Well, it's easy to call out a cyber attack if you're not buying the necessary items to mitigate them. I'm serious, man. Like, there's so many items. So DDoS attacks. There's a company called NetScout. Them and other make a tool that companies could either rent, keep it on-prem, or have the cloud-based to route traffic through to kill DDoS attacks. Most companies don't even have it at all.
Right.
They don't. Antivirus, the next-gen antivirus, that's like CrowdStrike and Carbon Black. Most companies don't have it. They choose not to buy it. It's not expensive.
Right, but that narrative is something that they're putting into the consciousness that people aren't generally taken serious. But it's I don't know, it's weird. It's like a slow rollout. There was like an outage the other day with AT&T and Verizon, and then there's like other outages with like healthcare shit the other day. And like, why not just fucking do it all at once? Like, come on. At what point is it going to hit?
People's minds can't handle that, right? So it's got to be dripped on them in the media, in the movies, in the narrative, in the news. Like, that's, my friends have no idea, and I keep telling them, like, just get some food, get some water, have some stuff on hand, buy XRP if you want, buy silver, whatever. But like, I mean, you saw that one clip that came from Rubio last week when we had that AT&T outage. He said that the China cyber attack is gonna be way worse than that, and that supposedly it's gonna bring down our water and our power. Like, could you imagine people not having water to their homes, dude? They would lose their minds. So I still don't think it's gonna be. No, of course not, dude. It's all a stage, right? It's all programmed. It's not. And maybe they'll blame it, like Apex was saying, on something that's non-political, maybe a solar flare or something. But it's coming down, guys. I mean, I've already starting to see the internet slow down. Like, things that just used to load up super quick, and I'm not talking about porn, guys, relax, but super quick on my screen. It's like taking forever.
I second that.
Yeah, those are DNS issues on at the very higher up of the tree. They're having huge DNS issues that no one's talking about.
Are they going to dump the old internet and just get us all on Starlink? Like, I wonder what they're going to actually do.
It's the DNS. It's a group that manages the DNS for the planet.
It's called Ericsson.
Yeah, they're having issues, dude.
IBM NS1, man.
Yeah, if we think we're going to transition to a level playing field of interoperability and get rid of Nostro Vostro and have sound money, a la the BRICS currency kind of mentality, and keep Google in place as Google is currently constituted, and Ericsson and the Dominion voting system and all of these, satellites, not satellite, but cellular towers and cellular systems that are just so, they're built like Swiss cheese. They're hackable by design. They're intended to be centrally controlled and be able to pervert a narrative any way they need the narrative to read. It's a surveillance system that's been built, and if we are going to make the transition, that surveillance system has got to be basically unplugged. It's got to be taken down. There's got to be a quantum.gov, a quantum financial system, a quantum Starlink, a quantum U.S. Space Force. There's got to be a new level. If we want trust and interoperability, we already know BRICS doesn't exist because Brazil trusts Russia and Russia loves India and India trusts the Chinese. It's not based on trust. It's based on trustlessness.
Yep.
And
That way,
trust
no one has to trust anybody. Yeah.
because the transparency has to be there and the data integrity has to be trusted. I'll trust the data, but I won't trust your fat ass, kind of a thing. I mean, so this system of I'll show you mine if you show me yours has to be in place.
Yeah.
And in order for that to be in place, the entire old system has to come down.
Hell yeah.
It has to.
Nice.
Zerka, do you mind if you share my screen real quick?
No, not at all, bro. Thanks again, guys, for hanging in there. We're just going a little bit over time. We'll figure this out. Nerdy's got a share screen. Boom.
Yeah.
What do you got, bro?
We can talk about hypotheticals all we want, but I like information. I like facts.
Right.
So here's Asia Next. Asia Next says Asia Next was established in 2001, joint venture between Japan SBI Digital Asset Holding, SBI DA, and Six Group, AG Switzerland, to meet the increasing institutional appetite for accessing digital assets through a safe and secure venue. So that's that, right? So that's your Japan connection. Then boom, R3 and SBI Holding partner for a new venture to accelerate Corda adoption in Japan. Okay, Corda adoption. These are the list of UPI countries already, right? So you have Bhutan, United Arabs, Malaysia, Singapore, Nepal, Oman, Qatar, Russia, France, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, and UK. Okay, there's more countries, including Japan. A few from the West are interested in using UPI for the RBI. Okay, the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. It's part of the UPI service. So Japan is even interested in going it. Here's a Finastra document, straight from Volante. So this is Volpay Ripple processor. So it shows you Bank A and how it works. You have Ripple in the middle. Meet your FX. So your swaps happen right there. Confirms your payment settlement, and then your payment gets sent, and then Ripple connects, and then to your bank. And then you have ACI worldwide. So you have ACI and Swift. ACI supports 9% of Swift traffic, approximate 30% of United States. ACI services to banks around the world wanting to connect and leverage Swift's global payments initiative, JPI. ACI also supports real-time schemes around the world, meaning that any bank can use real-time payments system to support Swift Fin, GPI, and DLT. Example is Ripple. Then you have ACI Worldwide. ACI Worldwide is now a certified FedNow. So if you want to know how everything is happening, that's how everything is happening. It all interlinks with each other, just like that.
Bro, 19,992. 8 more people. Go follow Rob
Can
on
you share a
Twitter.
link in the chat, please? So
Rob's about to hit 20. Let's go. Boom. 20,000 Twitter followers for Rob Cunningham. Go hit him up. Twitter.com/cool show. KUWL show.
It'll be in the Hall of Fame. You guys will be in the Hall of Fame. It'll be forever on the public record. How about that?
That's right. That's right, bro.
Talk about the Hall of Fame. One thing, we're all on in history. We're part of the Ripple case. So as John Deaton was as an attorney, we're part of history, right? That we beat the SEC. Second thing, if you're holding an X-Punk, you made history of being on the moon, of being on that landing. So shout out to you. And the next historical moment will be when we get Elizabeth Warren out and when we get John Deaton in. XRP Army is doing things that no other exchanges.
See if I got an X-Punk.
Let's go.
But you know what I like to touch on is what Buster's been bringing up lately. Like people are like, but the AMM, but we're still growing, but we're still early. Like that doesn't negate the fact that this shit's all planned out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even though we may not have the AMM voted on and approved, and several other things improved on and things, the DLT, fucking interledger protocol, RippleNet, it's all trusted by all the banks and all the governments. It's already set up. It's already set up.
What other company has over 1,000 employees and 1,000 customers? Tell me one.
Exactly.
That's a small time operation. Looks like they're hiding it.
Right.
And then even
to
sort of go off of what Rob was saying about the trustless system, like we live in a centralized world, so I mean, even these chosen ones, like they're going to move us closer to decentralization, but we're still not going to get there in one step, right? Then it's going to take another mass of people waking up to start avoiding centralization. Like the average person doesn't even know the difference between, and their whole life is centralized, right? So this is like the first step into decentralization. Will we get there in one leap? I doubt it, but decentralization is going to continue to keep chewing on the centralized world, and that's just why I sort of view it.
Amen, brother. That was beautifully and succinctly put. This is not we need to stop this whole 1 quarter, 1 year, 1 term kind of mentality and think about the vector. Where is the vector of the world going? And we're talking 50, 100 years. Okay. Think about this. They hijacked us in 1913. That was a damn, 111 years ago? Yeah. I mean, hijacked our damn treasury. They transplanted our treasury and our real money with a foreign NGO and paper debt. And we've been living with it for 111 years. So I like to help people gauge their impatience and their timing. And, so many people get caught up in thinking, look, it's not my plan, but damn it, I want to know when's this going to happen? Is it next quarter? Is it in 4 weeks? Well, if it's not your plan, it's not our plan. It sure as hell can't be our timing. Yeah. Okay. And secondly, they've had 111 years to hogtie us like they've hogtied us. How long should it take to reasonably crank up a chainsaw, cut through that Gordian knot of bullshit, and build out a whole new system for the betterment of every nation, not just America, not just 4 countries, but not for the central bankers, for God's sakes, but for everybody on the planet. And so,
ow, fuck.
Oh.
Norseman, you want to fucking explain yourself? You're live, brother.
Oh shit!
You
Sorry,
okay, buddy?
I didn't think I was in there,
buddy.
That better make some minutes, dude.
I just hit my fucking knee on the M5, my wife's cardio thing. I'm seating. I'm getting all my plants together and all that. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I was on mute too. Shit.
Nah, bro.
Sorry, guys.
What's up, Norseman? It's 200 brother. People. How you doing?
Good. Just planning. Just getting some seeds ready for the season, and pretty much it. Got hibiscus peppers, hot peppers, sweet kale, all kinds of heirloom tomatoes. Yeah, good stuff, man. What everyone should be doing.
One more follower until Rob hits 20,000. Let's fucking run it.
Nice.
Let's go. Refresh. One more follower.
Let's go.
There's 161 in here, guys.
Chicken dinner.
Someone's got to go follow.
Someone just go and make an X account and follow Rob.
Follow Rob. Get him to 20K. Let's go. 20K. I want to see
got a question for y'all.
Go ahead.
Got a question for y'all. Do you think this illegal thing that's going on is going to be partial to the effect of what's going to happen? Yes or no?
The what?
What illegal
This
thing?
the illegal immigration, all this crap going on. Do you think it's going to be part of the plan?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think that's where digital identities come in.
Yes.
I think that's
the first ones.
Yep.
Well, shoot, it's
That's why
funny you say
COVID
that. We
came
were
in.
talking
That
about
was a
digital
mass
identities last week.
vaccination.
Yep. Everyone get a digital ID. If you don't have a digital ID, you don't know if you're citizen.
20,000 followers. Rob, congratulations, brother.
Cherry got bust.
I just screen capped it, guys. You guys are badasses, man. Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
By the way, digital ID has an XRPL amendment. It's ticking up.
Yep.
Still ticking up.
Legendary was your 20,000th follower. Legendary shout out, bro.
Nice.
Thank you, Legendary, man. That was awesome. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That's amazing. So, wow,
So,
guys,
Norsemen, the illegal immigrants. Go ahead. What was that? Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, I'm in Georgia. I'm in Fulton County, the belly of the damn beast. You know,
Oh man,
and look. I've been a Georgia boy my whole life. I'm as red gets. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm conservative. You know, I mean, look, we have an asshole governor who has campaigned on Trump being right, locking down the border, sending illegal aliens home. Now I'm a University of Bulldog grad. We've had a girl get murdered 2 days ago out on an 8 a.m. jog by an illegal alien from Venezuela who'd been exported out of the country 7 times. Came back in, lived in Athens, Georgia, a sanctuary city. That our governor took $7 million to support illegal aliens who are twice a week flying through Hartsfield in this human trafficking illegal alien like train system with military uniform guards sitting outside the rooms at Hartsfield Airport while these twice a week troves of illegal aliens are flowing through Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. And we have a supposedly Republican governor and a Republican state Senate and a Republican House and the most corrupt government of all 50 states suing President Trump right here in Fulton County. There is no connection between we the people and these hostage takers that have stolen my state. And it sooner or later, I do believe people are going to get sick and tired of being sick and tired and just these people aren't going to be able to find a place to hide. They're not going to be able to go to the grocery store or the church by the time we get done with them.
Call them out when you see them. Call them out.
100%.
Yeah.
Call them out in public. Don't be not.
There's
keep it 100 with them.
As someone from
There's
California whose state has been communized and been freaking ransacked by all these freaking idiots, and like bro, California is red as fuck. I'll put that one out there. California is red as fuck. But you have these bullshit commies who are over here pulling this fucking coup on the United States through California, right? And we all know it's true because we all know all these people donated to CARE. They all donated to the Muslim Brotherhood. They all donated to China. They all getting paid by all those people, right? And that's one thing, I don't want to go too off topic, but one thing Rob was saying earlier about the bankers and all that stuff. So what happened was railroads were huge. So the railroad, whoever owned a railroad, they made more money than the country did itself. So when the country was collapsing, went through all the banking stuff, they went to them to bail them out, and it ended up being the bankers, right? And then I think that was in 1901 or 1801, some shit like that. And then from that day on, we've been on that system. From that day on, so from the basically like half of the inception of the country, we've been ruled by this banking corporate bullshit, which is the Act of England and all this other bullshit, right? So for people to truly understand of what's really happening, like it's going to take time from us to shift away from that to this something new. And like the biggest part of all of this stuff, the biggest part about all this stuff is money, is the dollars, is how do you get liquidity back into the dollar without freaking shaking the whole world system, right? Because everyone's currency depends on dollar. This is why you see Bitcoin hitting all-time highs and different currencies around the world, right? It's not because Bitcoin's hitting all-time highs, because their currency is collapsing. It's because the dollar is collapsing and everything is pegged to it, right? So this is how it goes. Everything goes up, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, it crashes. And we're in that moment where shit is going up, 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 and shit's about to crash, and that's the dollar default. But how do they do it in a way where, it's controlled chaos? And I believe that's what it is. And I think that's why we're hearing their narrative now. So I believe in some moment in time, Northman, I believe some moment in time we are about to hit a cyber attack or liquidity crisis like soon. Maybe April, maybe soon then, but the way how the economy is going, we can't go longer than this. Like something has to happen, you know?
Well, this is kind of bullish if you're the white hat versus the black hats narrative. This is kind of bullish. Trump said this the other day, and it goes hand in hand with the whole devolution thing that there is good military. So this gave me some fucking hope. Here we go.
Because they talk to it too rough, you know. We have the greatest soldiers in the world, but they're not allowed to do their job. I proved that with ISIS. Our soldiers knocked the hell out of ISIS once I took over and took it away from our fake television generals. We have great generals, but not the ones like Milley and these guys on television. They're fake. I had generals that were really tough. I had generals that I had to hold back, okay? We have great military, and it's only woke at the top. I don't think it can ever be wokenized at the lower levels because these are great people, tough people. I really don't believe they could do it. It was only at the top because they talk.
Did you guys hear that? Was there audio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was low,
Yeah.
but
So
we heard it.
No,
And
it was
that's
it was
recent. That's recent. He's confirming because like a lot of people that are awake are like, where the fuck's our military? Why aren't we killing these motherfuckers? Because I think it's all part of a narrative to convince the population they've got it. It's like a controlled burn. It's a controlled burn. We're not
Nitro.
dead yet. Sorry, go ahead.
Nitro, I'm part of that, brother.
Nitro. Love it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Go ahead.
So it's got to be understood that we have to avoid a civil war, and there's got to be a speed to which this is rolled out in a calming, intelligent way where the people don't believe this was a military coup. I want to bring up 2 points real quick, if you don't mind. Number one, if you want to kind of start with kind of the Q methodology or the Socratic method of nothing but just asking us questions after question after question, getting us to engage ourselves. It was more about asking than it was telling. That we had to go do the digging. We had to get the shovel. We had to invest the time. We had to want to know and go look and answer the questions that were being asked. That was part one. Part two, Friday night, I did a 47-minute Spaces call with Dr. Jan Halper-Hayes and a retired Army General, Tony Tata. General Tata was the number 3 man at the Department of Defense under Trump. He was the undersecretary of the Department of Defense. It's out there on my Twitter timeline if you want to go look up the recorded Spaces call. Yeah. This gentleman has written 16 books. He likes to basically communicate nonfiction in a fiction wrapper. Yeah. This man knows a lot of stuff. This man happens to live in West Palm Beach. This man happens to be on the daily in conversation with our commander-in-chief, President Trump. Yeah. Straight up on the interview asking, is there a plan? Are there good people involved? And is it working now? And the answer was 100% yes to all of the above. Nice. Okay, so if you want receipts and you want data and you want a general that was number 3 in the Department of Defense putting his reputation on the line, on the record, on X, I asked him straight up and he gave me a straight answer. So we can speculate all we want. We can call him a liar if we want, but I don't think that'd be very wise to do that.
Yeah.
So,
beautiful.
I want to add.
Check that out on Cool Show on Twitter, guys. Go hit him up.
Friday night, 47 minutes. It's not that it's a fast listen, but it's a power packed listen.
I want to add something to that because there was a comment earlier talking about the Q thing was it was bullshit and this and that. Well, let me put this for you. The whole plan was the pandemic. That pandemic and the war that we're going through today was Hillary was supposed to come in. This pandemic was supposed to last 5 to 10 years, and then the war is supposed to take over after that. And then that was supposed to bring in all the communist bullshit and supposed to take over America because open borders, and that's why the middle men were coming in, arm them, civil war, take over the country, blah, blah, blah. That's why you have Obama making the Netflix movie about that exact plan, okay? Now, where the QQ stuff comes in. No one knew about bio and tech. No one was aware of it. No one knew about smart dust. No one was aware of it. No one knew what the hell DARPA was doing, let alone what the hell that there was a whole bunch of biolabs in Ukraine. No one gave two shits. No one gave two shits about Hunter and Biden doing business with them. No one cared. No one cared about the art deal. No one cared about Epstein. No one cared about any other shit. Why do people care now? That's fucking Q, bro. And you cannot sit here and deny that that's not Q, because that is. So there's a good psyop and there's a bad psyop happening simultaneously at the same time, but each of the psyops are fighting with each other. It's a war within a war, right? And
it's a narrative war that we're fighting. It's a narrative war.
Yeah. And what does Flynn always say? That it's an information warfare, because it is an information warfare. And what's happening? What is happening is that the truth, right? The truth will set you free. The truth, no matter what it is, will always be the truth, and it's undeniable. So when you have a bunch of communist garbage people in office that are spewing bullshit, yet we, the people, are coming together on Twitter and posting the facts straight to their face, calling them out, making streams, going on TikTok, going to that audience, people are waking up. It's the monkey in the ocean scenario where it's a collective thing, right?
There's two Allens. What's up, guys?
What's
That's
up, bro?
right.
Is that your brother, bro?
It has to be his brother. Yeah, has to be.
Damn, bro, that's cool. Right on.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
What's up, guys?
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. That simultaneous like narrative. We got monkey business in the chat here going mad black pill, bro. And it's and I understand. I understand where you're coming from, but essentially what Nerdy was saying, he says Trump is on the same team. He never left, implying bad team. And then he goes, furthermore, he never put that wall up when he was in. Well, the whole fucking point was to scare the public into this whole narrative of immigrants coming in and flooding us. And so we haven't even seen the crescendo yet. Also, I wanted to shout out Rob with his vernacular. You had Moxie, you had a ton of shit, But what I'm saying is, like, that's what's going on. This narrative is being pushed to be bad on Biden's watch.
Yeah. And people forget that Trump was chosen. He didn't want to do none of this shit. He was chosen, right? And there's a reason why he was chosen, because he's been in this shit. He knows.
Or forced.
Yeah, he knows these people, right? Forced or chosen. It doesn't matter which one it was, but he's the main guy, right? Whatever it is. But you cannot deny that there's Scottish rights that come into play here. And people forget about that shit. That if you want to go through family lineage, he is Scottish right. And there's been the German crown that's been ruling everything. And people forget about that shit, right? So if you really want to go into history, Germany took over America at some point in time, right? There's a whole thing about it, right? And then you can go down Operation Paperclip and do all that other bullshit, right? So if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, we can. But what I'm saying is that it's to deny that there's not a military operation, and then like a lot of people that are watching central casting, a lot of these people are dead. I believe military tribunals already took place, and I believe that's what the whole 2020 all that stuff was.
But Nerdy, where's the proof? But Nerdy.
Look at Robot Biden. Look at the way how the dude's walking. Look at all
the masks. There's been several doubles and masks not on camera.
Wait a minute. I Googled it. I can't find any of this stuff.
Oh, but Rob, Google. Yeah. But Rob. Yeah.
So it's like, it's undeniable at this point, right?
Real quick. Well, I got a second. I'm hanging out with family. I believe really what we're seeing right now is just complete demise of the left, because I believe right now we've allowed them to reveal themselves. I think a lot of people don't realize how far the left was willing to go, and we've allowed them to have a long leash to hang themselves. And I think the people that are in the know and in the right place of humanity and where we're going knew this and knew that they were going to hang themselves. So they gave them as much leash as they possibly can to completely expose themselves and shoot every bullet out of their gun. And really, in my opinion, they have nothing left. They've literally revealed their entire plan, what they're about, what their agendas are. And the whole world has literally seen this. Whether they want to accept it or not, people are starting to wake up, because everything in their full agenda has been played out at this point. We're just seeing the ramifications of it. We've already got the timelines. We've already really got, what's coming next. They keep putting it in our face, and it's like they're not holding anything back whatsoever. But really what they're doing is they're firing off all their bullets out of their gun. So they got nothing to protect themselves with. There's no new agenda really that they could bring out that they're already not putting in our face. So I think that's what Nerdy's going with. We're really going to see this transformation of where, people that are in the know and into for humanity's change for the better are going to eventually take the reins. And I think that's what we're going to transition to, where we're going to go in this time where mankind is actually going to be a little better place than we're actually at right now. In my opinion, that's going to be a few years, and more than likely it'll be a little bit of a dark time, because there's always a swing for good times, and you always have to have a pullback of bad times just to get people back in check. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now. We're at that transition point. So I think good things are going to be coming in the next few years, but we're still going through pain at the same time. So, but I just want to share that. I'm hanging out with family, guys. Good to see everybody in the chat and everybody here on the stream. Thanks for having me on, Buster and Berserker, and I don't see Bags today. Shout out to Bags if he's in the chat. What's up? What's up, Tails? I see Bags. I see you there. I meant Tails. What's up, Jess? And what's up, Nerdy and Dual Citizen? Good to see you, brother. So I'm gonna hang out in the chat and just listen, guys. But I'd want to show you my twin brother. It's,
you guys don't look anything alike. Not a one bit. Nothing.
Yeah, he sounds just like me too. So it's kind of
say something, brother. Say something.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm the older brother by 6 minutes, but I look older maybe.
That's why Alan shaves his beard.
That's dope.
I like to shave his hair off. I like to be a real muscular, manly facial hair.
You're the better looking brother for sure. Yeah.
I'm a blue collar worker out there in the field, so I get to shave. I don't have to shave if I don't want to.
Right on. Crypto Navigator.
Yeah. You should have saw me 2 months ago. I had a Santa Claus beard. It was crazy.
Yeah, you sure did.
Well, summer's coming up. You could shave now. Yeah.
Yeah, no shave November. Just carried on all the way till now. So yeah,
you got a little out of hand. Yeah.
February.
Yeah, February.
So that narrative.
All right, guys.
Later, guys. That narrative, bro. What gets me is that I've always said this for years. I've said this shit. I've said we're still fucking alive. We're still alive.
Yeah.
So the whole fear factor, crazy shit, that was just the start of all of it. But I've always said the lights are still on, internet's still on, we're still alive. Why were we allowed to wake up? Why are we, you know what I'm saying? Why were we able to get hip to the new financial system? And the sheep still think we're crazy because we have to have a moment where, the camel's back, the straw breaks the camel's back. We haven't seen that moment yet, but we're getting closer than we ever have. So,
yeah, I will say this. When was the last time you saw a president get a sword dance in Saudi Arabia? When was the last time you see that? When was the last time you see a president cross the North Korean border and get a tour? When was the last time you see a president walk on Chinese sacred land? I'm just saying. When was it?
And it's not about trust; it's about trustlessness, like Rob said.
And then
it's
what happened?
Nobody having to worry about anything. It's just all trusted across the board. Yeah.
What happened?
Which sounds communistic, but at the end of the day, that's probably what we need.
Exactly. And what happened after the sword dance? Ripple goes and makes a big ass headquarters right in UAE. You think that's by chance? You think that's by design? That the headquarters looks way better than the San Francisco one?
Yeah.
Right?
But what about the treason, Nerdy? I want to see some deaths, bro. I'm not morbidly want to see some deaths.
Oh, they're already gone.
That sounded pretty morbid.
I just want to feel it sounds morbid.
I want to see some.
Let's see some deaths. Yeah.
Dude, don't
gone.
Yeah.
All these months. Okay, I will say this. Okay, you're talking about why would they wake us up? Why we would not be online today talking about any of this shit without being shut down if nothing happened.
We're still on YouTube, bro.
For the fact that we're still talking about this today right now and we're not shut down means that already whatever had to happen already has happened. and all we're watching is a fucking movie, and that is undeniable.
We're waking up.
We're waking up.
Hey, let me make a comment. I just saw y'all highlighted a comment. Let's see, who was it? Somebody just said something about Legendary said, when was the last time a president walked in front of the Queen? Well, I had an interview with Dr. Jan Halper Hayes, and let's be very specific about that. If you look at what was going on, she did a slight movement of the hand. She signaled him to go before her. He didn't rudely just march in front of her. She was giving him permission. That was the signal that America has left the 1871 corporation. Trump told her, we're no longer a part of this. He left and went and told the Pope, we're no longer a part of your Vatican City of London co-op. We're not your property anymore. We're moving on. When she gave the hand signal, Trump stepped in front of her. Then he stopped and waited for her to catch up. But the American media narrative makers spun it as him being a disrespectful asshole. But if you look at the video, she signaled him to move in front of her. So it's a big difference. It's a huge difference in narrative.
And I will add to that. When was the last time you seen a royal funeral televised where they break the fucking staff on live TV? They break the witchcraft. They break the Hollywood right on TV. When was the last time you seen that shit? Never. Exactly.
That's right.
People don't break traditions for no reason unless the whole damn thing is fucking dissolved. Just saying.
You know, one last
Yeah,
thing.
what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
What up, Sean? Go ahead, Rob.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, one last thing I want people to kind of put this in context as well. If you think about throughout history, throughout war, just protocol, okay? When does a captain get off of a sinking ship?
Never.
Last, right? After every man, woman, and child and everyone's boarded the boats, if there's time, the captain gets off last, ensures everyone else's safety. Let's assume that there was a plan to get off the U.S. petrodollar, the reserve currency, and there was a collective common denominator theme that we all just want to live and let live. We don't want Klaus Schwab or anybody else running the whole show with a boot on our neck. We don't want the secret families telling us what we can and can't do. We want our sovereignty back. Well, if that type of a movement had a captain, and if that captain that was chosen to lead the mission was also the captain of the nation that had killed more people than any other nation in world history, how would you prove to everyone else that you are going to be honorable and do what you say you're going to do and go last into the new world, into the water, off the burning ship? You would let all the BRICS nations, you would let all the other entities and financial institutions go first, and your ass, Captain America, would get off the boat dead last. That would prove actions speak louder than words. The switch will flip on the United States when everybody else is safely ready, not before. Does that not make absolute common noble sense?
It does. And that's exactly what's happening, right? That's exactly what's happening. I'm just saying. That's exactly what's happening.
Well, that makes sense. Why it's taking so fucking long? Because we're awake and we've been like, what the fuck? And but regular sheep are just barely smelling the sausage. You know what I mean?
And they're not getting any international news or perspective. They're not getting context about what's happening the world over. All they know is BRICS bad, right? BRICS bad. Oh my God, we can't have BRICS, you know. And anything that challenges the world reserve currency, which has been the funding source for the greatest amount of murders and death and wars and chaos in the world, we've been so conditioned to think, oh God, I'll pray and for the world reserve currency and don't do anything to hurt it, so we can keep exporting Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell values around the world. No, how crazy and illogical must you be to think we want that beast system to continue in operation? We can't have a level playing field and a beast world reserve currency.
Dude, man, we could have some crazy talks about that, but I don't even think the beast system's in place yet. But I will say this: I'm glad I'm not the captain of the ship, because I jumped overboard a long time ago, and I've been dumping my U.S. dollars as fast as possible. So thank God I wasn't the captain.
Yeah, but like 100% of what you're saying. I mean, I lost my train of thought. What I was gonna say, but yeah, I lost my train of thought.
We're 155 watching.
Hey, can I jump in real quick?
45 minutes overtime.
Okay.
Get ready for the minutes, nerdy.
All right.
We're gonna roll this out.
All right.
All right. So
Sean,
I just want to go real quick, Rob. Yeah. I gotta get off. Hey,
Real
Rob.
quick,
Does anybody on the panel have your phone number?
Yes.
Does anybody on the panel have your phone number, Rob? Because I didn't realize how close you live.
Yeah.
If somebody could pass my number to him, to Rob, for Rob to call
Sean's
me.
out in Georgia too. You're Cobb, right? Cobb County.
Oh, I remember it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's out in Cobb County, so he's out there in your neck.
I'm a Walton High School graduate, Sean.
You graduated from where?
Walton High School.
Walton. Good
So
night,
did
John
I.
Boy.
Did
Good
you
night,
know?
John Boy.
Yes.
What
Somebody
year?
give Rob my number, please.
What year?
88.
We'll hook it up. Enough.
88.
Don't dox too much. Shut the fuck up. We're gonna end the show.
And
We
my
love you guys.
social security
All right.
number is.
Yeah. What's your fucking blood type?
Love you
Sean?
guys.
Yeah.
What's the seed phrase, bro?
Yeah. All
right.
So nerdy. Traditionally, we do.
Anyway, great show, guys. Great show.
All right,
Great
John.
show.
I'll DM it to you, DJ.
What's that? What's that?
He'll give him the number.
Oh yeah. He'll DM it. We got food on deck. Traditionally, Rob, we walk it out with minutes. So we treat this like kind of like a boardroom. Nerdy usually recaps the show with minutes in a funny way, and then we end it with like a song at the end. Before minutes, let's let Rob or anybody else who has a desire say their last piece. You guys want
Run
to say
that
something?
video for our outro that I uploaded, Zerk.
Roger.
All right, I just want to say something real quick. All right. The thing about the swamp and the whole thing, people think people think that the swamp is just in our country. It's not. The swamp is the whole world, right? And what Rob is saying is 100% fact, right? Is that if you want to understand how the United Nations was created in the first place, right? That's a whole other rabbit hole. But if you wanted to challenge that narrative, you want to challenge NATO, you want to challenge the IMF, you want to challenge the Federal Reserve, you want to challenge the IRS. You need a transition away from the swamp itself. That's BRICS. BRICS is a challenger to NATO, a free world, a safer world where you can't just sanction someone off, right? So that's what BRICS is. It's bigger than what people think it is. So if you see the downfall of NATO that's happening with Germany and Europe, right? And everything that they're saying and everything that they're doing is going the complete opposite. And people are realizing that these people aren't the actual terrorists. These people are actually the global terrorists. It's fucking NATO, right? So if Trump were to come in at any moment in time, so think about this. UPI, everything's happening on that side. Everyone's trading in their native currency. UAE is trading in yuan. Yuan is trading in UAE dollars. Okay, they're buying and selling goods from each other already with the dollars out. Okay, but how does the dollar stay in a system of interoperability but doesn't get replaced? Liquidity, motherfucker, liquidity. And that's where gold comes into play. That's your ESDR. That's your Ripple net. That's everything right there. So if he were to join BRICS, let's fucking go. Let's fucking join BRICS.
LFG.
LFG. Because NATO needs to fucking go. Right?
Hell, just let Texas join BRICS.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So And what Rob is saying, as if you're captain of the ship and where the less to go, look at the Ripple case.
Yeah.
Just fucking look at the Ripple case, right? Look at Bretton Woods. Look at Hinman email. Look at fucking ETHgate. Look at all the child trafficking stuff. It all connects to fucking America, bro. We're the swamp has been funding all of that shit. The same reprogramming of regime that they did in the East, in the East, is the same regime change tactics that's happening today on us. The same CIA tactics, right? And the CIA tactics come from whom? Edward Bernays. Ed Bernays was who? A fucking Nazi. So if you want to really go down the rabbit hole, it's fucking USSR, guys. That shit never changed. And Trump knows this shit. And that's where you get Scottish rights against the German families. So if you really want to get real reality with it, it's a banking war between banking families, right? That's what it's really about. And in order for the power to come back to the people, you need to bring in gold. Without fucking gold, we'll never be free, because it's all about liquidity and buying power.
Rob, you want to take the floor real quick, say something real quick. Also, congrats on your 20,000 followers, bro.
Thank
Also,
you
then
all. Thank you.
go ahead, finish up, and then Nerdy does minutes after. Go ahead.
Yeah, cool. You know, if I could sit somebody down and give them my executive summary, what's happening is first of all, a quick history lesson. So our treasury gets perverted and stolen in 1913. We have a private NGO for-profit family of bankers in the city of London takes over the economy of the United States of America through the banking system. 1933, 20 years after this, FDR becomes president. We shut down the banks for 5 days. We come out of 5 days of a bank shutdown in bankruptcy. Okay. We're under a reorganization plan. Reorganization is a term associated basically with the bankrupting procedures. At that point in time, the IRS became our Constitution. The IRS became the document of codes and laws and rules and statutes and what we can and can't do via our tax returns, blah, blah, blah. So from 1933, we're bankrupt. 1944, we're the world reserve currency. How the hell do you go in 11 years from bankrupt to every nation in the world has to reverse engineer their financial systems, exchanges, and monetary systems and policies around a world reserve currency just because we won a war? Yeah. Well, we go from bankruptcy in 33 to world reserve currency in 44 to off the gold standard in 71 to $34 trillion in debt today.
Yep.
The good news is when we go off this standard and we lose this fake paper money, these casino chips is all that they have been since 1913. They've been casino chips, and we've been using them because we've been lied into using them. We didn't know what money is, where it came from, how to use it, who owned the system, who were the managers, who were the guardians. We didn't have any idea. We just used it because trust and tradition and my mama and daddy and banker and preacher and teacher told me. Okay? So today, when we come off that system, who is going to fund the 10,000 NGOs that rain hell over our lives? When we go independent and we come off of this centralized Rothschild system, which of those 195 nations that have sovereignty are going to willingly and freely and eagerly take their taxpayer, the citizens' money, and fund the UN, the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, Gavi, the World Bank, you name it? There's tens of thousands of these non-governmental organizations that we can't vote in, we can't vote out, we can't change their policy. You talk about taxation without representation. We're funding 10,000 CDCs in the United Nations and SEC regulatory terrorists the world over. What happens to all those NGOs when we go to a decentralized ledger technology and digital assets and real world assets backed by gold and silver?
Yep.
All of those chains of tyranny will disappear, and they'll look like towns with a big tumbleweed rolling down the middle of the dirt road, and nobody in them anymore, because we'll be, if you want to drain the swamp, you have to cut off its funding source. You crimp the hose, you cut the hose. If there's no paper fiat world reserve bullshit going into these 10,000 NGOs, the NGOs dry up. That's how we drain the swamp.
80-cent bread.
And you know what?
Bread.
You know exactly what Rob is saying. If you look at the narrative shift of SGs, and people shifting away and understanding that EV is not it, and people understanding that this whole solar wind farms and all this shit is not it. Look at Germany. Germany's a prime example of this shit. Germany got sanctioned to hell, and now they're freezing cold, wishing they had oil, wishing they had heat. You're fucking right. You are 100% right. The more people that get up, the more people that wake up, they start questioning. Less money goes through these NGOs. The more free we become. 100%.
I love you guys. Rob, thanks for coming on, bro. We got all the homeboys on here. Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming on today. This is a pretty bullish coffee time. So thanks.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I got a shameless plug.
Real quick. Rob, did you come to the moon party? Because I see that you purchased some tickets to the last one.
You know what? I don't think I made it last time, but I'm going to be in Vegas this time, brother, and I'm going to the big event, the dinner, the VIP tent. I'd love to join you guys, man.
Nice.
We got to share screen bags.
No, I was just because he bought some tickets, so I don't remember seeing them. So I just wanted to ask him. That's cool.
I'll be there this time, I promise. Unless there's a conflict with this, crypto dinner fundraiser, political action dinner thing. I don't know when your event's scheduled.
Ours is the next day.
The next day? Okay.
All fun, all bullishness, all day. I got a shameless plug the channel because we're unmonetizable. Boom. Throw down some ZERPs, guys. Keep us going. Appreciate you guys. Also, Nerdy, you got minutes. Walk us out. We're about done with this bad boy. Go ahead.
Man, oh man. What a fire show today. Shout out to Rob. Let's go. Freedom, baby. Fucking gold eagles, flying eagles, American flags. Fucking let's go, right? Fireworks, all that shit. Let's fucking go. Liquidity crisis, gold is the solution. We live in a fucking egg. It was always XRP, Swiss, SBI, Finastra, Ripple, Asian Next, ACI, Swift, GPI. Let's fucking go. It's all the same shit. It's all Interledger. It's all RippleNet. Something has to happen. Will it be televised? Who knows? Find out next time on Coffee Time. Problem, reaction, solution. It's about to go down. Let's go, folks. Later, glitches. Pack up them bags.
Pack them up. We love you guys. Thanks again, Rob, for joining us on Extra Bullish. Also on Coffee Time. Bagman, thanks for your hospitality and then sending all the peeps over here. Jess, we love you. Sean, we love you. Fuma, we love you. Wake up, Fuma. Buster.
Sorry.
We love you too. All right. This one's called Vchain Fam. Music video number 2. Let's go.
Big bags on me, big bags only with my Vchain fam, with my Vchain homies. You can't duplicate these bags cause we track them. Scan that QR code and it's tracking. Vchain bags we packing. Hey, big bags on me, big bags only with my Vchain fam, with my Vchain homies. You can't duplicate these bags cause we track them. Scan that QR code and it's tracking. Vchain bags we packing. Hey. Bagman, I be eating bags like Pac-Man, fighting for like Batman. Rockets need more gas cans cause my Vchain bags like Pac-Man. Real bags, real tags cause I'm sick of all these counterfeits. Vchain, you can't counter it, all aboard the rocket ship. Big bags, yeah, we smashing it. This crypto game, we passionate. This new world we establishing. We don't need no middleman cashing in. Vchain gang establishment. Rockets flowing, profits pouring, we keep scoring. Big bags on me, big bags only with my Vchain fam, with my Vchain homies. You can't duplicate these bags cause we track them. Scan that QR code and it's tracking. Vchain bags we packing. Hey, big bags on me, big bags
bags, only with my Vchain. Fam on my Vchain. Homies, you can't duplicate these bags, cause we track them. Scan that QR code and it's tracking. Vchain bags we packing. Hey yo, I got my supply chain on the blockchain. All season getting hot, turn up another octane. You missed out on that rocket and guess who in that cockpit? We just getting it started, yeah, we just getting it poppin'. If you missed this bull run, then I guess I'll see you next season. When that cash is done, that'll be your final reason. You coulda had some vet for the cheapest, but you sheepin'. Alarm clock keep ringing, but you sleeping. Pocket shrinking, crypto beastin'. Big bags on me, big bags only with my Vchain. Fam on my Vchain. Homies, you can't duplicate these bags, cause we track them. Scan that QR code and it's tracking. Vchain bags we packing. Hey, big bags on me, big bags only with my Vchain. Fam on my Vchain. Homies, you can't duplicate these bags, cause we track them. Scan that QR code and it's tracking. Vchain bags we packing. Bullish morning, creeping slowly, slowly blowing. Rockets flooring, profits pouring. We keep scoring, space we touring.
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.